Ladies and gentlemen, we're here at Treasure Isle Recording Studios today with Joe Carrell in the mix, Nashville, Tennessee. It's going to be a good time.
I saw me standing in a white dress underneath the sunset, saying I do and you do, but now I'm just sipping on a champagne, only with the same name, thinking about you and how you broke.
Hey guys, just a quick word about tuning with you. Just my process. There are hundreds of YouTube videos and lots of different opinions on how to tune drums. We just finished the session here at Treasure Isle Recording here in Nashville with In the Mix with Joe Carrell, and I just thought I'd run through the kit and tell you what we've got going on. When I showed up at the studio this morning, this is a brand new kit from WFL3, fantastic drums, wow. So brand new heads. I came in and had to tune everything up. First of all, I've stretched the heads out. I just put as much pressure. I've seen guys stand on drum heads just to stretch them out. Generally, I put my fist in the center of the drum and stretch it real good. And these are Remo Ambassador single ply drum heads on top and bottom. They're coated on the top, clear on the bottom. Just a little difference in sound. If you went with clear on the top, that's great too. But I started with the kick drum. Front head is tight enough that there are no wrinkles in the head when you kind of press on it. And then the batter side, or my side of the head that actually the beater hits, is a little looser than that. And it does actually have some wrinkles in it. I just get it to where it sounds good. And if that has wrinkles, that's fine. We also threw some kind of pillow in there. It looks like an Evans muffle pillow, but anything will work. You grab your pillow from your bedroom if you need to. But here, I'll just play the kick drum just a little bit. Nice and punchy, good low end, good attack. Yeah, so that's the kick drum. Toms are a little trickier. Again, a lot of different opinions on toms. I like to tune the bottom head of the tom down here just a little bit tighter than the top head. It gives me a nice resonant sound with just a little bit of dip in the pitch. So you can kind of hear it if I tap. So just a little lower on the top. I'll play that tom, let you hear it. So just a nice dip to the pitch, nice punchy tom sound. So generally what I like to do with the toms is get the head in tune with itself. And normally I'll have this drum off. I'll pull the drum off and turn it over. But if you put your hand on the top head, you can kind of tap around to each tension rod, each tension point, each lug, and get those almost exactly the same, as close as you can. And then flip the drum over and do the same with the top head. And then you can kind of adjust between the two heads. So same process with the 16-inch tom. Obviously it's a little bigger drum. You're moving more air, so you'll have to play with the relationship between the two heads. But same starting process. I try to get the bottom head on there and seated without any wrinkles in it, tuned up to itself where each tension rod is about the same pitch. And then I'll flip the drum over and do the same with the top head. So let me just play that drum for you. Now, so the snare drum is the last drum that I worked on this morning. This is an absolutely gorgeous mahogany drum from WFL3 with maple reinforcement rings. Sounds amazing. I hit it straight out of the box and it sounded fantastic. But generally I start with the bottom head and you can kind of see, I like to have the bottom head very tight, not quite tabletop tight, but the tighter the bottom head, the better the snare response, I've found. Again, try to get all the tension points to sound at least close, and you can also kind of look around the rim to make sure that rim is even all the way around the drum. So that's another reference point. What I like to do is get that bottom head nice and tight, great snare response when you get it tight, and then I'll use the top head to actually determine the pitch of the drum and get that feeling good for whatever track I'm playing. So right now, I had a moon gel on the drum for the session, but I'll take that off and I'll just hit the drum a couple times so you can hear what it sounds like completely unmuffled. I'm gonna just make sure the tuning's good. So you hear where the differences in pitch are, right? Maybe not. So I'll tighten those up. Pretty close, pretty close. I'll hit the drum without any dampening on there. This is wide open, no muffling. So that's the snare drum with no muffling. I'll put this little muffling gel on there. And then also you can see what it sounds like if I just have half of that muffling gel on. So that's my process, guys. I hope something I've said helps you in some way, and good luck.
All right, guys, as always, thanks so much for watching. I really appreciate your support. Remember that if you don't already, follow Warm Audio on all their social media pages and give them a big shout out for all this great content that they're providing. If you don't, also follow me on my own social media at In The Mix with Joe Carrell. Now here is Tasji Bachman singing White Dress.
Said forever, and I knew from the first kiss we were going all in together. You were a piece of my heart, and I was dreaming too far. I saw me standing in a white dress underneath the sunset, saying I do and you do. For better, we were gonna wake up, fly out to Jamaica, but now we'll never. Said forever, but I know you tore me in two, and I feel like a fool, 'cause I saw me standing in a white dress underneath the sunset, saying I do and you do. Champagne, lonely with the same name, thinking about you and how you broke all of your promises you swore you saying I